Good morning and a warm welcome to your show, Sunny Mornings in Boston. I'm your host, Melissa, and it's Monday, April 8th. Coming up on today's show, we'll get into the weather report. Then we'll jump into some local news and a few interesting happenings in business, science, and entertainment. But first, you'll be interested to know, 50 years ago, today in 1974, American baseball player Hank Aaron hit his 715th career home run, breaking Babe Ruth's record, which had stood since 1935. Aaron's record was then broken by Barry Bonds in 2007. So now you know. And now you know what time it is. It's time for the weather report. In the Boston area. This morning it's sunny and feels like 32 degrees. With 7-mile-per-hour wind. The sunset will take place at 7:18, and it will rise again tomorrow at 6:12. It looks like we're in for a slight chance of showers after 2 p.m. And it will be mostly cloudy with a high near 46 and wind of 10 to 13 mile per hour. Tonight, a slight chance of rain, mainly before 10 p.m. with a low around 34 and 15 mile per hour wind. For all you beach runners out there, the first high tide Monday will be just before 11:30 a.m. with a low tide at 5:30. The nearshore buoy at Cape Cod Bay reads 42 degrees for the water temperature. Looking ahead in the weather, Tuesday will be mostly sunny with a high near 54 degrees and wind of 6 to 10 mile per hour. Wednesday has a chance of rain, especially afternoon, and a high near 53, with wind of 8 to 14 mile per hour. Rain becomes likely Wednesday night and continues through Thursday with highs in the mid to upper 50s and wind of 10 to 14 mile per hour. Friday remains breezy with rain likely in the morning, tapering off by afternoon with a high near 65 and wind of 22 to 24 mile per hour, gusting as high as 37. Bonjour, food enthusiasts. This podcast is brought to you by Versailles Cafe and Pastries in Encinitas. Nestled on El Camino Real South, just north of Encinitas Boulevard, this cafe is a haven for culinary delights. Indulge in their amazing Eggs Benedict or their gluten-free crepes. You can grab a panini for lunch or just breeze on through to get your morning coffee. They are open every day from 8 to 5. So stop on by and don't forget to tell them Sunny Morning sent you. In local news, Spirit Airlines expands its service at Boston Logan International Airport by adding 5 new non-stop destinations this summer. Direct flights will now include Chicago, Columbus, Detroit, Kansas City, and Pittsburgh. This announcement follows Spirit's introduction of routes to Charleston, Dallas, Houston, and Norfolk starting April 10th. Additionally, JetBlue recently introduced a non-stop flight from Boston to Paris. These expansions come after a federal judge blocked the merger between Spirit and JetBlue, citing antitrust concerns. The airlines have since terminated their merger agreement, with JetBlue compensating Spirit $69 million to settle all disputes. Now on to sports. In our March Madness update, the NCAA Men's National Championship game is set to be a clash of titans, with number 1 seeds Purdue and UConn facing off. UConn enters as 6-point favorites. Purdue reaches its first championship game since 1969, after defeating NC State, while UConn overcame Alabama to vie for the title. The game's pivotal figure is Purdue's, Sac 80, whose performance could significantly influence the outcome. On UConn's side, Donovan Clingan's defense against Edey will be critical. Both teams have showcased strong offensive capabilities throughout the season. And the game is predicted to be a high-scoring affair, with UConn narrowly edging out Purdue. Last night in local sports, the Celtics at home beat the Trailblazers 124-107. And the Red Sox on the road beat the Angels 12-2. Tonight, no Boston sports. As the Sox travel back from the West Coast and gear up for their emotional home opener against the Baltimore Orioles, they bring with them not just a 7-3 record, but also a show of power from Sunday. Yesterday afternoon, the highlight was the trio of homers in the third inning, underscoring the team's slugging capabilities so far this year. This offensive display, alongside Tanner Houck's pitching dominance and Reese McGuire's 5 RBI performance, sets a high note. The home opener will also serve as a poignant moment to honor Tim Wakefield, with players wearing number 49 patches as a tribute. Jason Varitek, sharing a close bond with Wakefield, anticipates an emotional day, reflecting on their shared history and the impact Wakefield had on the team and community. With promising weather and a legacy to celebrate, Tuesday's opener at Fenway Park is set to be a memorable convergence of stellar early season performance and heartfelt homage, marking a special chapter in the Red Sox story. In top news, in honor of Monday morning, let's debunk some coffee myths, because it's not the villain it's often made out to be. Contrary to common beliefs, caffeine addiction poses minimal health and social risks, making the term addiction perhaps too severe for coffee enthusiasts. Coffee isn't dehydrating as previously thought. Moderate consumption balances out its diuretic effects. It won't sober you up if you're drunk, though, nor does darker roast mean more caffeine. Actually, lighter roasts might have slightly more due to bean density changes during roasting. Most compellingly, coffee isn't harmful in moderation. In fact, it's associated with reduced risks of several diseases, making it a beneficial part of many diets, provided intake is moderate and mindful of added sugars. In business news, Bitcoin's fourth halving is imminent, set to reduce the mining reward from 6.25 to 3.125 Bitcoins, slashing the inflation rate from 1.8% to just under 1%. This halving impacts the supply-demand balance, potentially influencing Bitcoin's market value. The process, integral to Bitcoin's design, ensures a predictable, fixed supply, contrasting with national currencies controlled by political forces. While it may pressure miners, especially smaller ones, by reducing revenue, it also offers an opportunity for efficiency improvements and market share gains among those prepared with newer machinery. Historically, halvings have been followed by price increases, though predicting short-term movements remains speculative. With growing institutional adoption and an increase in non-trading Bitcoin, the market dynamics are evolving. In crypto movement, Bitcoin is now just over $69,000. Ethereum is at $3,400. And Solana is $177. Moving on to a more local vibe. In our community spotlight on health and wellness, we are working with a national Pilates studio to bring you some free classes, so listen up. Check out Club Pilates, with several locations in the Boston area. Pilates presents a comprehensive wellness approach, cultivating strength, reducing tension, and elevating mental well-being. Scientific research affirms its benefits. So now you can check out Club Pilates for a free class. With locations in Canton, Wellesley, Hingham, Brookline, and Framingham, just be sure to tell them Sunny Morning sent you by. And now, back to the show. Let's talk science. Avnos, a Los Angeles-based startup, is pioneering a new technology in Bakersfield, California, that could revolutionize environmental efforts by extracting carbon dioxide and water from the air. This hybrid direct air capture system not only aims to reduce atmospheric CO2, but also produces water, offering a solution to drought conditions. Funded by both the Department of Energy and private investments, Avnos' innovation seeks to lower the energy requirements of carbon capture while creating a sustainable water source. As the climate crisis intensifies, technologies like Avnos's offer a glimpse into the potential for significant impact through carbon capture and water production, addressing two critical environmental challenges simultaneously. And in entertainment news, Danny McBride, known for his role as Red in Pineapple Express, noted his enthusiasm for a sequel during GQ's Most Iconic Characters series. Despite the original becoming a cult classic, McBride mentioned that the possibility of a sequel feels unlikely due to timing. The film, which premiered in 2008, was a hit, grossing over $100 million. However, Seth Rogen revealed that a sequel pitch was rejected by Sony, possibly due to budget concerns. Rogen speculated they might have requested too much money for Sony's comfort. Well, alrighty folks, it's time for the quote of the day. And today, our quote comes from Hank Aaron. And Hammerin' Hank said, "My motto was always to keep swinging. Whether I was in a slump, or feeling badly, or having trouble off the field, the only thing to do was keep swinging." Wise words, Hammer. Wise words. And that's a wrap for this morning. You can check out our Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok for some captivating aerial videos with local news and the weather reports. Have an amazing day, my good friends. We'll see you tomorrow with another episode of Sunny Mornings in Boston.